What has Matt Mercer done to the storyline of Bell's Hells? We've gone in a completely different direction than anyone was expecting. What possible reason could our Dungeon Master have to do that? And what does that mean to the story? We will discuss all this and more because I am the BookTube Goddess, the #1 drag queen booktuber on YouTube. I review Critical Role in terms of storytelling, and yes, there will be spoilers. We are on episode 15 of Campaign 3, and the story picks up and starts in a manner that holds no surprises. Dorian has just left the party, and we are still at Lord Eshteros's manor. And yes, Bell's Hells appears to be the official name of the party, and that's the campaign, which I am sure will eventually grow on me. But I really do like that they named themselves after Bertrand Bell, the man who initially brought them together and then was killed during their first adventure. Rest in peace, Bertie. They discuss everything they learned at the Masquerade Ball, notably the mysterious Lady Emma Cade being afflicted by the same mutations that they saw in Duggar the dwarf that killed Bertrand Bell. Then they discuss what to do next, and all roads lead to Heartmoor. If you are like me, this is exactly what I was expecting. It's not the direction this episode went, but I was nodding my head along with everything they're saying when discussing Heartmoor. Heartmoor is where Gianna Hexam has a job for Ashton. Heartmoor is where Orem needs to investigate the murder of the Loomis twins because it's a lead to clues of what happened in Zephyra, which is the whole reason why he's even on this mission. Speaking of the Loomis twins, they are linked to Imogen by way of having torn out pages in a book where she was investigating the Red Storm that's been plaguing her nightmares. But even putting all that aside, Bell's Hells realize they are under suspicion for the destruction of the Moon Tower, and it may be a good idea to get out of Dodge for a couple of weeks and lie low. Like I said, all roads lead to Heartmoor, and I've been speculating for how many episodes now? 4 or 5? I've been speculating that's where Matt, the Dungeon Master, has been strongly pointing for the party to go. So of course, this is exactly what I was expecting, and of course, I was exactly wrong as usual. What do you think? Were you expecting this to be the first leg in the journey to Heartmoor? Let me know in the comments. And while you're there, please like this video and don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I know there's going to be a lot we're going to talk about next week. Oh, while they're planning on how to get to the Heartmoor, am I the only one who is waiting for someone to ask about going by boat? I mean, we're sitting there staring at the map and there's this huge river from Drusar to the Heartmoor, and they're discussing every which way to get there except by river. And was it just me, or did Matt have this expectant look in his eye, waiting for them to ask about the river, but nobody did? Or maybe I just missed it?
How would we get to Heartmoor?
Well, I imagine we would buy some horses or rent a carriage or...
Wait, did we talk?
Maybe some of the seal goats? I'm not sure.
I'm sure that something could be arranged.
Anyway, the party goes to visit Gianna Hexam, who is, after all, the one who has a job for them in the Heartmoor, so they're hoping she may have some means for them to get there. And this is where things go completely off the rails. They notice they are being flanked and followed, not so subtly, in fact, in an obvious manner, by the Green Seekers, the ones who arrested Dorian's brother, Cyrus, in the Masquerade Ball, and now they're being cornered by them, and they're introduced themselves as Gus and Ollie. Gus is a half-orc, the one who Dorian charmed at the Masquerade Ball, and Ollie is a female gnome. And we know or learn that the Green Seekers are some sort of detectives hired by the Shande Quorum to investigate the unusual happenings in Drusar. And the Green Seekers know that Bell's Hells were involved with the Moon Tower destruction. Okay, so eventually the party gives them a little information, mostly regarding the Shade Creepers, but also regarding the mutated people. The Green Seekers know about the Shade Creepers, but are in the dark about these mutations. When they learn about Lady MFK being another one of the mutated villains, the Green Seekers decide they really need to capture her, which means tracking her underneath the city. Bells Hells decides that helping the Green Seekers may be in their best interest. So instead of the Heartmoor adventure we were expecting, or at least I was expecting, we make a hard left turn to investigate the tunnels below Drusar, which apparently can be accessed through the Underrush mining facility. Yeah. We get a little bit of comedy relief as Gus was once in a relationship with the foreman of the mines, Ogdus Freeze, and they apparently had a cantankerous breakup, and Fresh Cut Grass steps in as a relationship counselor.
Well, if my eyes do deceive me, Gus, it's been some time.
Oh boy.
Yeah, yeah, it is. You good? Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm fine. You? Yeah, I'm all right. Looks back, honestly. Can I ask you a favor? You're asking me a favor. Okay. I take this is dead in kind then, right? Because if I need a favor, then you know. Look, can we just talk inside? Yeah. Sure. Everyone, come inside. Friends of Gus are friends of mine. Sure. Step on in.
Okay.
Folks. And he kind of sighs deeply and walks inside. Gus turns, like, noticeably almost a foot shorter just in his stature.
Is this an ex?
So maybe.
A sibling?
It's an ex?
We don't know yet.
What do you need from us to help us? Well, one, I need an apology. You can see from sitting behind, Gus's fist just balls up and shakes a little bit before kind of relaxing. Anything else? Yeah, actually. I'd like some of my furniture back.
Oh, shit.
Gus goes, I don't got it. I don't live here. Then you can afford to pay me what you owe me for the furniture that you can't provide. This was a bad idea. We should go. And he like turns around. August goes, see, every time, as soon as there's any sort of moment of conflict, there's no resolution, you just run. You just leave. It's great.
Everyone, please, let's
Okay, so-
honor their relationship
We'll
here.
give you the space.
I don't know. What do I even say? This is like
Whatever's
it's
on
a
your
law.
mind, it doesn't have to be anything big or small, just whatever you're feeling right now. If you say it out loud, it'll feel good just to say it.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh boy.
Okay, 15.
15. Look, our work takes us all over to weird, dangerous places. I appreciate the time that we had together, genuinely. But we knew it wasn't going to be anything long term. Right? You know? I'm sorry. I can't say I'm proud of it, but we're different people now than we were then, and I'm sorry.
That's really positive. Ogdus, do you have anything that you want to apologize for?
No, I was perfect. I was fucking great.
Well, okay. You know what? I actually think our time's up.
Oh.
But, and I don't like to use the breakthrough word, but I think this was a lot of great progress for our first session. And we should talk about this all together another time.
Eventually, Ogdus agrees to take them to the part of the mining operation that was mysteriously shut down, the Crown-set cavern. Bell's Hells and the Greenseekers question the foreman there, Shotan Bruo. Shotan was ordered to close down the Crown-set mine by the Treshies and was paid to keep quiet. Shotan seems to know more than he lets on, and freaks out when he hears the name Lady Emmett Kane. Bell's Hells and the Greenseekers descend into the evacuated mines, and there they find shade creepers. Only they find a new type of shade creeper, larger and with 4 arms and who spits acid. And there is a great combat as the party battles the shade creepers, and eventually they defeat them. Then they heal up, discovering that fresh cut grass has a pretty awesome healing ability, which the players didn't know about because it's a paladin based spell, and no one, I guess, has ever played a paladin.
Are we short resting, or am I just
We'd have to
healing
wait here
folks
for
up?
an hour. If we stay here for an hour, I
gonna
think those
go.
things are going to come back.
If there's something you can do pretty
order
quick,
that
not
ready.
necessarily.
Yeah. If there's a little gimme, like just a little nudge,
I can
a
give
little
you-
juice, FCG, hook me up. Give me that sweet.
Come on, cleric, do your job,
Sure, no,
cleric.
I'm just trying to figure out which spell to use.
Just heal the party, cleric.
Peach cobbler.
There's 2 of them, so I'll use a.
I'm the cleric?
Yeah.
Shit.
There's a 10-minute one that should be, if I recall.
3rd level spell.
Ooh.
Do you have the instant, or which? Make sure you're using the good one, because there's 3 different types of healing spells.
I will use Aura of Vitality.
Ooh. What is that?
Hot toddy sounds
Is it
so
one that
good,
does-
right?
I can use
Fuck.
6 rounds of bonus actions, and every round heal them 2d6.
Well, that would get me to. In a minute would get me to full.
I'm sure. Both of them. Everyone. Anyone who was hurt.
Great. Yeah, that's actually
Do I have
pretty
to
cool.
come stand next to you?
Yeah,
Kind of
we're
cuddle up as we
60
move
second
forward.
breather.
Oh, 30
Yeah.
feet. That's
How many people do you
2d6
need?
times
Or how many
6.
is it?
anyone.
That's really.
Anyone within 30 feet.
Huddle in, everybody. If you
that's
need
a
little
great
bit.
combat
Do you
spell,
like
by the way.
warm up
I
and
know, but
vibrate
it takes
and
an
smell the
action to
essential
cast.
oils?
Sure.
And then I can use it. I can heal as a
lavender.
bonus action on the next. On the next round.
Oh man, I want to sit down and have so many. That's the best cleric spell I've ever heard in my
That is
entire life.
that's very clutch.
That is, yeah.
Better than
Like
that's huge.
Suck up the 4 points of damage you might do.
Until the spell ends, the aura moves with you, centered on you. You can use a bonus action to cause one creature in the aura.
Okay.
One creature to regain 2d6.
Damn.
But it's up to a minute, so that's.
That's still
So
nuts.
you can
That's
heal.
10
Essentially,
That's
yeah.
10
Every
rounds.
round is
Whoever-
about you can cast a spell as long as it's not concentration.
Different people could
And-
touch until.
So
Yeah.
10 rounds of 2d6.
Okay,
All
great.
right, so you want to go a round at a time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do. This is gonna be like hands on a hard body.
Yeah.
Hands on heart.
First one is 10 points to whoever
Great.
wants it.
Oh
Give it
wow.
all to Orem to begin with.
Okay.
Second one is 6 points.
6 points.
Third one is 10 points.
Okay, pretty good.
This is the craziest
Fourth round
One more
is
time.
5 points.
Somebody else. I'm gonna back off.
All right.
Do I take those 5?
No, now you get 11.
Oh.
So yeah, once you get close to the end, we'll start
And you
distributing.
get another 6.
That's all I need. I'm good.
Okay. Anyone else needs?
one more.
Oh yeah.
Unless.
No, you go. You
Yeah.
go.
That's 12.
Shit. All right, I'm taking it. Now you.
Okay. Sure.
I'm rolling so good. 8 points.
Sweet.
I got 2 more of these. Anyone want?
You only have 7
I'll
hit points.
I could take 7 more.
I'm fine.
It's a crazy spell. 8 points.
Well,
Stay with
done.
experience.
Great.
And then me. I'll do me myself.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Oh wow.
And that
So if that was combat,
so
you
much
could run up and get a
activity.
touch.
Where did that spell come from? Is that
And
always
take
a
off.
spell?
Has that always been?
no, it's technically I think if I recall, it's generally a paladin spell.
that you get access to as your subclass.
Right. I'm like, why didn't I ever see
Yeah,
that?
I never saw that shit before.
What's it called? Grass?
Aura of Vitality.
Nice.
But we'll just call it Happy Feel Good Time.
That's, oh my god, that's so good. That's such a good spell.
That's a really good
That's
spell.
some paladin shit?
Yeah.
We've all been sleeping on paladins.
I know, I feel bad now. Next time.
No, two of you have been sleeping on paladins.
Well,
Yeah.
don't know what I am.
Wait, what do you mean you don't know what?
We'll find out after this break.
No.
Then things get interesting. Chetney turns invisible and scouts ahead and finds a bunch of shade creepers around the column. And on this column is this viscous slime cocoon, out of which comes, yes, Lady Emmett Cade. And she's surrounded by these shade creepers who seem to defer to her, and she begins to sniff out Chetney. So he turns and runs away to tell the party what he discovered. They hatch a plan where Chetney will create a diversion and Gus will cast a fireball to kill the shade creepers. And Ollie has some sort of magic pearl that will somehow be able to control Lady Emmett Cade if they get close enough to her. So the plan is, after all the shade creepers are killed, they'll corner Lady Emmett Cade so Ollie can capture her, and then they'll take her back in for questioning. As with all plans, things don't go exactly as expected. Chetney does make a diversion, and Gus does cast a fireball that kills most of the shade creepers. But Lady Emmett is not in that section of the mines anymore. Chetney then discovers an even larger cavern in the mines where there are these laboratory tables with two people working on something. Lady Emmett is standing in the middle of the cavern, and then he notices what's on the ceiling.
50 or so feet from the base of the pillar?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go count to 10. 1 and 2. And wait, so before 3.
So you're just
I'm just bolting.
Bolton. And as you kind of rush past them, hearing the sounds behind you, you get around the pillar and you can see the next path behind it opens into a much larger cavern. You do not see in that run
What?
Lady Imath.
She got away from us.
All the rest of the creatures were still clustered around it, but she was not one of them. As you kind of run past and look, and you see the next open room inside, there's a faint kind of orangish glow that just very ever so faintly lights the very rims of this open room. As soon as that happens, you hear there's a flash of warm light behind you as a fireball explosion detonates the cluster of creatures that have been following and pincering behind you, and pieces go flying, and you hear the screeches and screams of them from the explosion that echoes through the hallway. The handful that still remain themselves are still in flames and kind of shrieking as the rest of you see this light. This was the sign. You all rush in. Glancing around, you can see Ollie's sister pulls out the pearl and is looking around. There's no Lady Emoth. While this chaos is happening, you look into this large chamber, and your eyes adjust, kind of stepping in, still invisible. You can see there's almost like two small workstations set inside. You see two figures that are kind of hunched over the tables and are manipulating things around it. You see this odd series of platforms, the topography in here. This is like a larger cavernous space that this mine kind of opened into. And you can see there are metal contraptions and elements where you see this area was being prepared for some sort of a mining operation and then was abandoned. You can see kind of in the center and across the way, Lady Emoth standing there, kind of faced away, looking up. And there you see, floating above, attached to the wall, a gargantuan mass of pulsing flesh.
What?
Like a 60-foot slug just curving across the cavern.
60 foot?
You can see it kind of shifting down the wall slightly as she puts her hands up towards it. And as it shifts, you see at the front of it a figure emerge.
Oh my god, it's all gone.
You see almost a humanoid-like torso, but long and drawn out. Extended rake-like fingers that come from arms that could be 10, 12 feet long, and a secondary pair that curls around and grabs the wall as it goes. You see at the front of its elongated neck, this like crown of bone that curls up, and these black void-like eyes. No nose and a similar open jaw filled with dozens and dozens of jagged teeth coming at odd angles and rows. You see this mat of long, black, straggly hair like the mane of a wild horse, but tangled and matted with grease that just kind of frames it like a nightmarish lion's mane.
Okay.
And you hear Lady Emothcat. Mother, we have visitors.
No.
She looks back towards you. And that's where we'll pick up next week.
Oh no! We gotta fight an evil slug!
60 feet?
This is
60 feet?
Yes, on the ceiling is a 60-foot long mass of pulsating flesh that ends with a humanoid torso, which is the creature that Lady Enith calls Mother. Now, last week I postulated that Mother was some sort of hive queen, and that's exactly what it appears to be. However, I also thought this is going to be a big boss we'd see sometime in the far future, because it felt like such a big boss that would probably be gradually led up to it episode by episode. But no, Matt yanked the party from going on the logical trajectory towards the Heartmoor and threw them into the deep end with this slime queen. I mean, it obviously was inspired by the Alien movies, which everyone of course picked up on. So, what is going on here? Remember, these are all 5th level characters. Not exactly what you would think to take out a monster that's 60 feet long and controlling a bunch of shade creepers and probably controlling the city. I don't know. It just seems a bit much for their character level, and the players seem to have their doubts as well.
60 feet?
You take us to the nicest
I don't have
places.
very many spells left.
Take me to the nicest place.
That's almost
Gotta be
the
muffin.
whole length of that thing. Like 3/4
There's
of it.
no way we can fight that.
It's like
We can't
stretched
fight
out
that.
across it.
Oh, it's totally the queen.
It's like the length of this.
It's like a space harrier.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
there's no
fine.
way.
It's
Like,
But here's the thing. They didn't stumble on this by going in an unexpected direction that the Dungeon Master didn't foresee. Matt pretty much directed them here, so we have to wonder why. I have to admit, I don't have a clue. Part of it has to be that Matt knew everyone was expecting the Heartmoor adventure and didn't want his campaign to be predictable, so job well done there. But there has to be another reason why he wanted to introduce the Slime Queen or Slime Mother so early. My guess is that there are some clues or information that needs to be uncovered before they go to the Heartmoor. Possibly he wanted them to level up before the Heartmoor, but throwing the Slime Queen at them is probably not going to be something they can easily defeat. I don't expect them to defeat the Slime Queen. But if they do, I think it's going to feel a little anticlimactic. So my guess is that they will have to eventually retreat, and whether or not they capture Lady Enith Cade, the Green Seekers will know there's something diabolical going on in House Treshy, assuming the Green Seekers are still alive. But then Treshy's whole house of cards comes tumbling down, which seems like it's a little early to happen in the story. But that's where it appears we're headed. Next week, my prediction is that we'll open with the big battle, but the party will retreat, and the slime queen mother will escape, and then set up somewhere else, of course. And maybe the crown set mines will collapse and takes out all the evidence. Either way, the Treshies are going to come under suspicion, but maybe somehow the Treshies are going to turn the tables and take control of Drusar along with the Paragon Call mercenaries. I just don't know at this point. I'm really quite confused. This was totally unexpected, at least for me, and I am loving it. I cannot wait for next week to see where the twisting story goes. If you can't wait either, feel free to watch my other videos on Campaign 3, one of which is right here. Until we meet again, may all the books you read and the campaigns you play in be blessed.